Hey, good afternoon. I'm Jay Iverson. I'm the Engineering Department's Information Security Officer, or DSO. I've just been asked to talk real quick about the PA has received documents with incorrect security markings. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the markings of documents. Next slide. Confidential and confidential privileged information or classifications are reserved for use only by the Port Authority. So these markings should only be used if the document meets the requirements of the definitions on screen and also verified by the Port Authority itself. Other markings should or could be used if the tenant or vendor wants to limit distribution and sharing of that information. This could be like proprietary information or something on those but try to reserve confidential privilege to only if it meets the requirements and the Port Authority's markings. The information to help determine if it's confidential privilege can be found in the agency's Information Security Handbook and the Engineering Protected Information Practices and Procedures Manual, which I will provide both of those in the chat for you to look at. That is not anything we don't care about sharing, so I'll put those in the chat after I'm done. Next slide. So the Engineering PIP Manual will also give further guidance on how to handle confidential and confidential privilege information. Special handling is required for CNCP information, just be aware of that. The documents can only reside within the Port Authority's open text environment. So that may be cumbersome, so just be aware of that. And also to view these documents, the firm or vendor are required to undergo the Port Authority security protocols to gain access, which is usually your NDAs, your SWAC requirements. So be careful when you're marking documents not to overmark them. Confidential documents can reside outside of the open text environment, but just follow the PIP manual because it tells you how and where they can be stored and that they have to rest as in an encrypted state. Next slide. For security requirements, to gain access to confidential and confidential privilege information, the individual must meet the following requirements, the biggest being the need to know. Other requirements include making sure you have a signed NDA, background security screenings, and also security trainings. Those would all be provided by the Port Authority. So those would all be forms that we send out and trainings that we would send out. So